Truly, thus shall you make the tabernacle. You shall make 10 curtains of fine twisted linen, and hyacinth as well as purple, and twice dyed scarlet, with diverse embroidery. The length of one curtain shall have 28 cubits. The width shall be 4 cubits. The entire set of curtains shall be of one measure. 5 curtains shall be joined to one another, and the other 5 shall be similarly coupled together. You shall make loops of hyacinth on the sides at the edges of the curtains, so that they will be able to be joined to one another. A curtain shall have 50 loops on each of 2 sides, inserted in such a manner that loop may come against loop, and one can be fitted to the other. You shall also make 50 rings of gold, with which the veils of the curtains are to be joined, so that it shall be one tabernacle. You shall also make 11 haircloth canopies to cover the roof of the tabernacle. The length of one canopy shall hold 30 cubits, and the width, 4. The measure of all the canopies shall be equal. 5 of these you shall join by themselves, and 6 of these you shall couple to one another, in such a manner as to double the 6th canopy at the front of the roof. You shall also make 50 loops along the edge of one canopy, so that it may be able to be joined with the other, and 50 loops along the edge of the other canopy, so that it may be coupled with the other. You shall also make 50 brass buckles, with which the loops may be joined, so that there may be one covering out of all. Then what will be left over of the canopies which are prepared for the roof, that is, one canopy which is in excess, from half of it you shall cover the back of the tabernacle. And 1 cubit will hang down on one side, and another on the other side, which is more than the length of the curtains, protecting both sides of the tabernacle. You shall also make another covering for the roof from the skins of rams, dyed red, and above that again, another covering of violet-colored skins. You shall also make the standing panels of the tabernacle from sedum wood. Of these, each shall have 10 cubits in length, and in width, 1 1/2. At the sides of the panels, there shall be made 2 dovetails, by which one panel may be connected to another panel, and in this way all the panels shall be prepared. Of these, 20 shall be at the meridian, which lies toward the south. For these, you shall cast 40 bases of silver, so that 2 bases will lie under each panel at its 2 corners. Likewise, at the second side of the tabernacle, which lies to the north, there shall be 20 panels. Having 40 bases of silver, 2 bases shall support each panel. Truly, toward the western part of the tabernacle, you shall make 6 panels. And again another 2, which will be raised at the corners, behind the back of the tabernacle. And these shall be joined together from bottom to top, and one joint shall retain them all. Likewise, 2 of the panels, which will be set at the corners, shall be served by similar joints. And together these will be 8 panels, and their bases of silver, 16, counting 2 bases for each panel. You shall also make 5 bars of sedum wood, to connect the panels on one side of the tabernacle. And 5 others on the other side, and the same number toward the western part. These shall be set along the middle of the panels, from one end all the way to the other end. Likewise, the panels themselves you shall overlay with gold, and you shall establish rings of gold in them, by which the bars of the panels may be connected. These you shall cover with layers of gold. And you shall raise the tabernacle according to the example which was shown to you on the mountain. You shall also make a veil of hyacinth, and purple, and twice dyed scarlet, and fine twisted linen, wrought with a diversity of continuous and beautiful embroidery. And you shall suspend it before 4 columns of sedum wood, which themselves certainly shall be overlaid with gold, and have heads of gold, but bases of silver. Then the veil shall be inserted through the rings. Beyond the veil, you shall place the ark of the testimony, where both the sanctuary and the sanctuary of sanctuaries shall be divided. And you shall place the propitiatory over the ark of the testimony, in the Holy of Holies. And the table shall be outside the veil. And opposite the table shall be the lampstand, in the meridian of the tabernacle. For the table shall stand at the north side. You shall also make a tent at the entrance of the tabernacle from hyacinth, and purple, and twice dyed scarlet, and fine twisted linen, wrought with embroidery. And you shall overlay with gold 5 columns of sedum wood, over which the tent shall be drawn. The heads of these shall be of gold, and the bases of brass.